Hello, Shamanettes, and welcome to The Beauty Shaman. So do you wake up and feel like your under eyes are looking tired no matter how much sleep you got, or your concealer is constantly sinking into fine lines and making you look older? Then this video is for you. So I'm 60 years old, and as a celebrity makeup artist, I've worked with every single skin type, color, and age group imaginable. I'm also, believe it or not, a minimalist. So adding an extra step, no matter what that step is, to any makeup routine makes me spit out and have serious issues. Having said that, the simple addition of an under eye corrector can make a world of difference for dark under eyes, for age spots, and for discoloration. So my model today is AJ, and she really loves makeup, but has questions about her under eye area.
First off, I like that it's not cakey.
Yeah.
That doesn't show you have makeup and it's not heavy, especially like you say under your eyes and around your mouth,
right,
and the neck. I like it soft, but sometimes you need more glamour, dramatic, when it's a show or a gala or something like that. You need a little more, but at the same time you don't want it to be heavy on your skin.
Most women try to hide dark circles by piling on full coverage concealer that is 1 to 2 shades lighter than their skin, a corrector to minimize darkness, and also a translucent powder to remove shine as well, which is a ton of products, and too many products in my opinion. So the result is normally very heavy, it's very cakey, it leads to creasing, it's the wrong shade, it accentuates texture, it's basically not good. So today we're letting color theory do the heavy lifting so we can use a fraction of the makeup with better results. Okay, the first step is to hydrate. So mature skin under the eyes is very thin. It's prone to dryness, as you know. Before any makeup touches your face, apply a hydrating serum like a vitamin C, as hyaluronic acid, or maybe an eye cream if you fancy eye creams. You can also mix a topical cosmetic like a concealer, corrector, or foundation with a serum, a cream, or a primer to make it more thin if needed, if that product is a little bit too thick. Okay, step 2 is foundation. So foundation should be lightweight, it should be hydrating, and it should be applied first to help minimize over-layering of all these products. Avoid heavy matte formulas for sure. And here's the secret: do not pile your foundation directly under your eyes with a beauty blender. I don't like beauty blenders. In my opinion, this adds way too much product. Just lightly sweep whatever is left on your brush or your fingers over that area. We want to keep the layers underneath your eye very, very thin. Now for the star of the show, color corrector. So this isn't concealer, it's color theory. So let's take a minute and understand. You can understand that it's okay. It sounds difficult, it's really not. So if you look at a color wheel, complementary colors are colors on the opposite side of this diagram. They cancel each other out. For example, if you have dark circles that are blue or purple, that's the normal shade. And to fix it, you need to use a peach or an orange tone to cancel it out. If you have a deeper skin tones, go for a rich terracotta or an orange color to even out the skin tone. As far as concealers go, you would use a similar undertone, to be honest. And because of this, many of you don't have to use both the concealer and the color corrector. I primarily use a concealer to cover minimal darkness, and both concealer and color corrector for very dark under eye circles. Sometimes, people recommend using a lighter concealer to brighten and a color corrector to remove darkness. But most of the time, in all honesty, I like to match your skin color, especially as a mature woman, because that way your skin never really looks overdone. It actually matches better. But basically there's no hard and fast rules with this. You do what works best for you and for your skin and for your personal taste. Okay, for AJ, under her eyes, she has medium skin tone and blue-gray under her eyes. This means I'm going to use a light peach corrector and a butterscotch concealer. So I'm using both just to show how to use them. I apply the corrector either using a brush or my fingers only where she has darkness. Be sure not to apply to the entire under eye area unless it's absolutely necessary, keeping it to specific dark areas including age spots or any discoloration. For very dark spots, I like to roll my finger to get it into the skin. This takes a little bit longer, but it really, really works to cover. After that, I use the concealer on top of it and on places I'd like to highlight, like the orbital bone, outer crease, and around the nose. I recommend tapping in the concealer, not rubbing it, as that tends to just rub it off. It's kind of useless. You can also use a sponge for this part, but fingers or brushes work just as well, if not better, because they warm the product on the skin and help it sink even better into the skin. So let's touch on the elephant in the room, setting powder. So powder is one of the main culprits with heavy looking makeup. So because I've worked in live television for a long time and video production, I would use only a very, very light translucent powder if the skin looks shiny after about 2 to 3 minutes after allowing the foundation, concealer, whatever I'm using to set on the skin. Most of the time, only a very light dusting in specific spots was needed for older women. And even that, once everything is finished, I would often go back with a Q-tip or maybe my fingertip and gingerly remove any creasing. I call this how not to get fired from your job as a makeup artist. No one wants to go on camera with a creased under eye. It is job security to keep that area looking very smooth, very even, and very hydrated. Let's look at the do this versus don't do this side by side. On the right, I used almost no powder or just a very tiny bit. On the left, I used a heavy layer of powder. It's just waiting to soften fine lines and crack when she smiles. You can see the difference, right, between the two sides. It's quite noticeable. So when should you skip color corrector? Which one should you get, right? That's the big question. If your dark circles are very faint, hydrating concealer alone is really just fine. Or if you have greater darkness, just use the color corrector and no concealer. I only use a concealer if the darkness is very minimal and I don't add that extra layer. Don't add any extra layers you don't need. So the question is, how does AJ like the new look around her eye area?
It feels comfortable because it's not cakey and it's very natural. It feels natural. So it looks great. It looks good. It looks glamorous, and it makes me feel pretty.
Yeah. Here's the finished look. What do you think? Does this sound like too much work for you, or do you think this would actually help with dark circles and discoloration? Have you tried the color corrector? I'd love to hear from you. Let me know in the comments, and thank you so much for watching The Beauty Shower.